Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope everything's working. We're ready to go. As you can see, I'm in a new surrounding. Um, Words are a little hard today. Not as bad as they were last night, but I am hoping that um, we'll get through this section, if you will. So, with that, I wanted to talk about color. We talked about color once before, like what colors mean. Like blue, could mean sad or trust or things like that. Red could mean, passion and love. But let's go a little deeper on the colors and really discuss like how color and composition work together. You know, the two pieces that we left off last Thursday were, hi Christina, good morning. Some of the colors that we left off, or we talked about when we left off on Thursday, was about more in composition and really talk about how color plays a part in that composition. So I'm going to go camera down as we talk about this just a little bit, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so last time we talked about how the yellow was very happy, if you will, but the composition within it, right? Because there's a lot of chaotic things going on. So, this easily, as we bring in some of these other jelly prints to create this line here, could be symbolizing finding, the light at the end of the tunnel, like light within the chaos. And so when you're working with colors and your composition, they all play a part to create the little artwork that you're creating. So look at color, looking at composition, and really understanding that. This one here is because of this line right here, it's really a hard line. You got some warm tones with a little bit, and this is a warm tone as well. The green muddy color is on the warmer side, but we're contrasting it with this blue. And, what's interesting about this is one could evoke, emotion on this one. I'm really struggling with the emotion on this one because of that hard line, right? But we're contrasting it with a complementary color of the blues and oranges. And so the emotion or this psychology of color as it plays on this background, I'm not sure exactly what emotion that's going to evoke. This one to me is like there's a bunch of chaos, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we are emphasizing that through this. While we're creating another hard line here, compared to this one's more organic. The feeling over on this one is more happy, right? With the colors and hope is what I see on this particular one. Whereas this one here, we're still unsure, right? We're unsure where this is going to go. And what does this mean? Because you got some warmth there, but you also got some muddiness, right? Clarity is just not there. Okay, it's cracking like a loose wire. Okay, well, that's weird. Let me see if I can get it might be the air conditioning in the room because, we're working in a wonderful place. So 1 second here. Let me go get my, let me see what, is it? Let's check it just a minute. Maybe that's the air. Here, let's take this off. See if this will help. Hold on 1 second. Is that better, Christina, on the audio? All right, let me know if that's better. I did unplug the power supply to it, thinking that might be it. No. Okay. Could be the. Let me go get my headset. 1 second. one second. I'm doing a test. Can you hear me? Test. Oh. Testing. Can you hear me better, Christina? Very softly. Okay. Well, is that better? Okay. Yes, much better. Okay, cool. And the air conditioner just went off as well. So, with that, let's see if this is. Yeah, that's exciting. I love it when it don't work. Okay, it's a little upside down, but it's gonna have to work here. Hold on one second. All right. So as I was saying was, we don't know what emotion this is going to evoke yet. I mean, there's some warmth here, but there's some muddiness, and we're trying to break through the emotion. That could definitely be represented by the blue that we see here. Um, so, this one's still trying to evoke some emotion, whereas this one definitely, I think, evokes emotion. And so composition and color really go together um, to make up the whole composition. So, with that, let's go ahead and get creating. And sometimes you may not know the emotion you may be feeling until it appears, right? So, because it could all easily be subconscious. I do. With that, I'm just going to add some more color here. I'm really liking the, not necessarily the hard line. I mean, they're not hard lines, but they're organic. But I'm liking the line that goes across here. Sorry. Now, I really like this piece here. I don't remember what I made these circles with. Oh, I do. It looks like one of those Tim Holtz tags. Sorry. Where he had the circles. So that's what that's from. I'm really liking this piece with the circles. So let's see. Okay, that's not what I was wanting to do. Sometimes I just do not like that white showing. And so, but this one's giving me a hard time pulling it from the back. Yep, it sure did. It got smaller and smaller. My fingers are just not working this morning. I don't know what's going on. Well, that paper just does not want to tear the way I want it to, and I don't think that was meant to be there. So here we are, driving on over here.
Yeah, that hard line is really giving me a hard time. I'm gonna break up that line for sure. I'm just not a fan of it. It's like hard line is like a stance. You can't cross the line. I am trying to, as you can see with this piece, I'm trying to cross. We're gonna cross that line for sure. I'm trying to balance the warmth of this with cool, like more of cool colors. I mean, trying to do the opposite. So in this piece, it's like you're fighting against opposing forces, right? So you got this hard diagonal line, and then you got this line that goes across. You got these warm colors and these cool colors, and so they're all trying to play together nicely. Not sure if we're gonna how well we're gonna play nicely together. We're trying. I wanted this green to kind of overlap this blue over here, so that's what's happening. And then I killed my paper in the process. So that's what's going on with my piece of artwork right here. Okay. I kind of wanted that to be grounded, if that makes sense. Grounding my shape with that green. We'll come back to that. This one here, I can tell you, it's going to take this piece will take a little longer to create. So you might see this piece being worked on tomorrow for sure. Oh, just tore it. Wow. I'm just in the thought of creating, so that's probably why you're not hearing a lot from me. I think I'm thinking too much is the problem. Which, is kind of different right now for me. I mean, I've been up an hour earlier than normal. So it is getting ready for work. And it's just all the things are happening at the moment. So let's put a little focal point on here to try to draw our eye away from that hard line. And put this little heart there. All right. So I'm curious. Okay, I have a question. I could not sleep last night because when you're away from home, you can never sleep, or at least I can't. I don't know about other people, but I can never sleep when I am away from home, and so I tossed and turned all night. But I have a question. I'm going to post a poll out on my community on YouTube. I'm going to also post it in maybe in the community itself. I don't know. We'll try. But it'll come up later. But I'm curious on this question. Do y'all like the hotel pillows? Like, do you like hard or soft pillows? Because I could tell you, I do not like soft pillows. It hurts my neck. I don't know why they have pillows that are soft. Well, I do. I think it's probably for sanitary reasons. But come on, pillows are awful. So I'm curious. You love hotel pillows? Oh, Christina, I do not like pillows. I can't function. I can't sleep. It's horrible. But I'm glad to know that you like them. But still, I cannot. No. So I'm gonna post it out on the YouTube poll. Do you like soft pillows or do you like harder pillows, firmer pillows? That's the word I'm looking for. Firmer pillows. Yeah, I don't know, Christina. I'm just not sure I like those kinds of pillows. In fact, I probably know I don't like those kinds of pillows. My neck hurts. And the other question I have, so definitely, post a comment below on what kind of pillow you like as you watch this on replay. But the other question is, do you sleep well or do you toss and turn all night? That would be my other question. I have some other, where is it? I know it's in here. I was looking for some tissue paper. Here we go. Oh, this tissue paper is hilarious in my opinion because it tears so straight, and I'm just like, really, we don't need to be tearing straight. I need you to be organic right now. Okay, done playing with that over there. I want to do some more. Maybe a different color. This one keeps calling back to me, so I guess we're not done with this one yet just yet. This one keeps saying, "Hey, come over here. Come over here." It's funny. I must be in a positive mood today because I keep I'm gravitating towards this composition over here, is where I'm still fighting with this one over here. So I must be in a better place than I thought I would be. I still want to put a triangle on top of that bump, and I just haven't found the right triangle. The triangle is in my feature here. We're going to go with this one. What's this thing? I don't know about this thing. I sleep better in hotels because I'm usually more active than usual. Oh, yeah. Not sure. Yeah, but on the firm pillows, going back to your comment, Christina, several of your friends bring their own pillows because they like firm ones. Yes. However, when I'm traveling by, airplane, if you will, I can't bring my own pillow. So I wasn't able to do that this time. But the last time I was in a hotel and I was live, I slept better because I brought my own pillows. So yeah, I think your friends are onto something there. As far as sleeping, yeah, I do not sleep well in hotel rooms. It depends. It really depends on who I think you're traveling with, or the location, or what you're doing. Yeah. Say for example, if you went to a theme park, like let's say Disney World, if you're out running around all day, yeah, I can see you. I can see you sleeping much better for sure. I could see that happening. Okay, because of this chaos in the background, I can see me doing some lights and shadows like I did in that other piece to make things more pop. This one here not necessarily needs that, but it's this line I am fighting with still. And so that'll be interesting to see what happens with this. I'm just looking through my scraps here that are off camera. I kind of like this big black spot of tissue paper here. Could easily be another focal point to draw maybe your eye over here somewhere away from that. I think I want some purple up here or something. Don't know what we're doing yet on this one. This one is just being elusive. Sometimes you just can't force it. You have to walk away and come back. Okay. These things are getting lost into the background because they're so small, just like the background is. So we got to work on that. I think I'm gonna put something right there. So kind of break up this big space. Oh, like, yeah, kind of like that. I definitely want to fill this in some more over here, but I just haven't seen the pieces. So I think there's some red or something. What is this? Okay. All right. So we'll cook it. Okay. So with that, we worked on some compositions here with color, and while you can color evokes certain emotions, represents certain colors, but what does color in your composition do, right? So we worked on a more of a chaotic, happy piece, and then we have one that we're kind of fighting with that's kind of muted tones and warm colors, and it's just not very. The color composition was not very good. Don't know quite what that one's going to evoke and what emotion or deeper subconscious that piece represents. But I know the other one is light at the end of the tunnel, kind of. That's how it looks to me. Happiness, light at the end of the tunnel, through the chaos. And so that's how that other warmer piece represents to me. And that's why probably I'm gravitating more to that piece and still fighting with this other one that's muted and frankly not a pretty background. Um, but we're what I think I'm fighting against is that hard line. And to be quite honest, anybody who gives me a hard line in reality, I probably would fight against it. Granted, we have rules we have to follow. Got it. Not a problem there. But telling me that I can't accomplish something is kind of like represented in that hard line within that composition because I'm I'm very oppositional, and that piece is very oppositional. You have that hard diagonal line, and then I'm trying to create organic lines that go horizontal, and that is definitely a conflict, right? You're fighting against that diagonal line. And so I could see how that could reflect in my personal life as regards to that that particular composition. Um, and so maybe that's the emotion coming out of here and the colors that go along with it because, the orange, warmth and muted colors, but I'm trying to bring in the bright blues and the hope and, with the yellow. And so maybe that whole composition and the colors that go with it, maybe that's what I'm fighting against, right? Because the colors are opposite. So orange and blue are opposite colors, but you got the green in there as well. While we haven't directly done red, which is a opposite complementary color to green, you got the pinks in there, which definitely is made through red. So anyway, I can see where that composition is starting to why I'm fighting with it so hard. The warmth one, more positivity, right? I'm gravitated more to it. The colors are more positive. And so that's why I could tell you that's why I'm gravitating towards that one a little easier. So when you're creating your art, what's going on? What's going on in your life, right? Where you may be going through something, and what does the colors represent? And you may not know. So as we were talking through this and while I was still fighting through it, and I started analyzing what I was doing, I was trying to deeply connect to that composition and trying to understand what it was trying to tell me. So definitely think about that when you're doing your art today. And with that, comment below, firm pillows or soft pillows for hotel rooms? And do you sleep well when you're in a hotel room or do you not sleep well? I'm curious. So I'm going to post that in my community later today, probably tonight after work. And I'm just curious what people think because last night was rough. Soft pillows and I don't sleep well. So those are my votes. I prefer firm pillows and in my own bed. But anyway, with that, I hope you have a great day. And thank you for watching Ratchet Up Your Art.